All right, you guys, we just walked into the Shameka Parrish Wright volunteer engagement event, which is very cool. Look at this. Michelle's got a sign. Aaron's got a sign. Look at this. We get there together, Shameka for mayor. Uh, there's the candidate right there in her hot pink tennis shoes, wearing out the soles as she moves around the city on her campaign. A lot of people have been actively engaged in getting people to volunteer at this event today, which is very cool. So, political engagement is something that is just so phenomenal, and we're so engaged in this city. In this mayoral campaign, there are a number of candidates to choose from. Some of them you see more often than others. Shameka does a lot of local events to, to engage citizens. Not has not been so much a press conference kind of candidate. She does more of these types of events on the weekends, things that are going to draw participation from citizens. So I have not had a chance to see her because, frankly, I was quarantined for almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks almost, in January and February from COVID. So it's kind of, hey, Savvy. There's Savvy. Look at you.
You missed my whole speech on
I'm so sorry. Tell me, do you want to just go ahead and give it again? She wants to give me her whole speech again. This will be fun. All right, guys. So we are at the Shameka Parrish Wright campaign event, which is to draw engagement, get people to campaign for her, and they've had a lot of folks here today, and that's one of the cool things that they're working on, is making sure that they can get a lot of engagement. All right. Yes, ma'am. Savvy. Savvy is. I'm going to just give you that. You can just talk right into that.
Hold on. Can I clip it right here?
I can clip it for you.
Yeah.
I'd like me to.
I got a lot of things going on in my hands right now.
You go ahead. Give your speech, man.
What's up, y'all? So we are at the volunteer engagement event for Shameka Parrish Wright for mayor. We're starting to close out, getting people signed up for shifts, for canvassing, for phone banking, for text banking. If you missed out today, don't worry. We're going to have more opportunities. Reach out to me, reach out to Jeff Compton. We will get you involved and we will get you put into our volunteer group so you can get signed up. But, today we talked about a lot of things. What does it mean to be a volunteer? What does it mean to elect Shameka Parrish Wright, who's right behind me?
Standing right behind you.
As our next mayor for Louisville. We know there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of candidates in this primary. And we want to make sure that we are making a solid impact. And so when we go from there, the biggest thing we talked about today is beyond the win number, beyond the mayoral seat. For us, what it means to be a volunteer, we want our volunteers to ask themselves 5 questions. What meaningful partnerships did we build along this campaign? Between community members, between me and you and my neighbor, between governmental offices and nonprofits and organizations benefiting the city. 2, did we expand voter participation and education? Are we informing people of our democratic process, whether you're voting for Shameka or not, but I hope you are? Did we expand voter participation? Did we expand voter education and access for people? That no matter who they voted for, they participated in our democratic process. Because if you don't vote, they think you don't care. So please vote, no matter who it's for, please vote. But 3, did we continue to build the electorate? We ran one of the most progressive Black women candidates to date for our city. We contributed to building a more diverse, a more inclusive electorate. 4, how many future thought leaders did we inspire and did we invest in? And that goes back to building the electorate. How many small children looked and said, I've never seen people who look like me have representation in some of these seats in our city? How many children across all bounds said, no matter what class of wealth I come from, no matter what I look like or my skin or my hair looks like, no matter what background I come from, houselessness, wealth, middle class, lower class, east, west, south, downtown, that we are inspired and we felt invested in to run next time, to run for the next seat that's open? And 5, how have we changed the course of history in our city for good? Whether we win or we're not, which we're going to win, you know, we're changing history in our city for Louisville. We are changing that every day. This race is historic. We are moving into a new decade, really, of leadership. We are in 2022 now, 2023. I don't know. It's been a whirlwind of the past 3 years. But we are building that history. And how are we changing the history of Louisville for good? Did we make our city better? Did I uplift my neighbor and love on them? Did I check on them? Did I make people feel inspired? Did I continue to add to our democratic process, our governmental process? And did I get my constituents and my community involved? And from there, the bottom line up front is that we're here to win. Team Shameka's here to win. We didn't run this race to lose. But when we win, we're taking everybody across the finish line with us, because we know that we get there together. And we know every single voice in this city, Democrat, Republican, independent, black, brown, white, everybody, rich, poor, you matter. You matter, and your voice matters, and it's important. And so we truly get there together. That's that campaign motto. Got to plug that in. But we truly get there together.
Right there. They folded it up.
Oh,
yep. Right there on that poster.
It was.
Now there's another one. We get there together.
Yeah, we get there together. And so we want to make sure that at the end of the day, you know, we're looking beyond the win number in this race. We're not just looking to win. We're looking to improve Louisville and to build our communities. And today was to get these volunteers out here and talk to them about why they're here. We know people came because they want to see Shameka win. That's not the point right now. Why are you here? What change do you want to see in your city? What's inspiring you to get involved? And so we know that this is just one of the many ways to get involved in our community, to get people excited, to get people out to vote. We just had an incredible special election. Congratulations, new state representative, House District 42, Katara Harrod. I'm going to shout you out. We love you. We are so happy for you. We cannot wait to build with you, because the work started that day that you were elected, and we know that. But know that we have another election coming up. The primary is May 17th. You will have 3 days of early voting before that. Please pay attention. We'll have information out. You have expanded access to absentee ballots, to mail-in ballots. There are voter ballot locations that have been expanded. So we are excited to get y'all out to vote, no matter who you're voting for. But we're also excited to get volunteers at the door. So if you want to get involved in a meaningful campaign that isn't just to get you to vote and just to get another election won, that's really here to build our city, to hear everybody and include everybody, join the team.
Get in touch with you.
So you can reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, Savvy Hughes, SAVVYHUGHES. You will find me. My picture is me and my best buddy, Travis Najdi. So not hard to miss. You can also reach out to us on Facebook, the campaign to elect Shameka Parrish Wright for Louisville Mayor 2022. You can reach out on Instagram, Shameka Parrish Wright 4, the number 4, Mayor. Reach out to us on any social media. If you know me personally, you know how to get in touch with me. There's a lot of y'all on here. I'm not going to give my phone number out today.
Well, I'll post all that on the screen after we're done.
So Tara's great. Tara will link, the Facebook, the Instagram, and all that. If not, I'll hop on there on her comments and take over and link it up. But yeah, definitely reach out. We have an independent volunteer group on Facebook as well as private for volunteers. Hi, baby. You see our youth? This is who we inspiring to run, right? When we talk about who are we inspiring thought leaders, these are these children that we're inspiring. You never know. In a couple years, he could be running for mayor. Lil Aaron. Yep.
Let's go talk to her.
Let's do it.
Take that mic.
Yeah, take that away
so
from
you
me.
can stick it on her. But I don't want to interrupt her. So I'll let you ask her if it's okay if she wants to do a little quick live stream with me.
Yeah, let's have a talk, to the volunteers for a minute.
Absolutely.
But we'll get over here. We'll get started.
There's Jeff. Good. That's Dre Dawson, guys. He's a fabulous musician. Okay, look at this. Get out. Shameka from there. Get out the boat. Just walking around the campaign headquarters, checking on everybody, checking on how this is all done. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. I'm just kind of scooting around to just show everybody this cool space. This is owned by LRCC, which is an absolutely amazing organization, recovery organization. They have a space that they rent, which is really cool. Thinking about some trips, guys. So, talking to some volunteers, and I don't want to interrupt you, but I do want to just kind of hang for a second and give you a chance to just kind of absorb the feeling in this space, because there's a lot of people who've been down here for the last several hours talking about involvement in a political campaign. And one of the coolest things about being in a political campaign is that you feel like you have a chance to participate. Hey, Dre, you want to talk to me about why this kind of event is very important to get the citizenry engaged in a political campaign? Let me just flip it on you.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, not only is it important to be involved and do our civic duty in politics to make sure that we have the best representation that we can have, but this race in particular is very historic because Louisville has never seen a woman as a mayor, and Louisville has never seen an African American as a mayor. So to have both of those first in one vote, that's pretty historic. And all around the country, you are seeing minorities being elected, especially women, into high levels of local office. And I think that is a trend that we need to pick up here. Not just because of it being a trend, but the fact that the representation needs to look like the population now. And all of our representation needs to more look like the diverse populations that we have. Louisville being very diverse. I don't know if anybody knows, but we have the biggest Cuban population outside of Miami in the United States, right? And that's just one demographic that I could talk about that's not being serviced here. So with somebody who is from the other side of the tracks, which is most of the people in this city, having a person in office to represent that and to not only speak for, I guess, the underdogs, but the overdogs as well, so that we can all progress as a united and equal city. It's historic, it's exciting, it is mind-blowing, and it is everything you can hope for.
Have you ever done a political campaign before, Dre?
Have I ever been in one?
Yeah.
I've been running field and other parts of political campaigns since I graduated from U of L.
That's pretty cool. It's an exciting process.
Oh, it's I love the race.
Yeah.
It's a fight, and I'm a martial artist, so I love fighting. So,
Thank you so much.
No problem.
I appreciate it. I'm going to see if I can grab the candidate for just a second when she's free.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. So that's kind of cool. Look at that. Very cool. There's the Jeff first.
Hey!
How you
Are
feeling?
you live?
Yeah, how'd you feel about the event?
It went great.
Good.
It went great. So I'm glad you asked. So here's the thing. We're not done. We're literally so we're not done. We're literally just getting started, guys. We need as many people as we can to keep putting that work in. And I'll tell you something else. This is a grassroots funded campaign. We are not funded by doctors. We are not funded by lawyers. We are funded by people that look just like us. We are funded by people who work 9 to 5s. We are funded by the regular people. When we say grassroots, what do you think about grass? Grass comes from the ground, right? We're building this thing up from the ground up. We need as many people as we can get. We would love for you all to join us. Y'all can find us on Facebook, Shameka, Parrish, Wright for mayor. We need as many people as we can get. Y'all keep showing up. And also, you might can't help us in a volunteer way. You might can't even donate. But what you can do is show up to the polls and vote for that lady. That's it.
Would you go on my live stream, please, and put your contacts, all the contacts, like Shameka Parrish, right?
Yeah, so to reach out, Shameka Parrish Wright for mayor. Shameka Parrish Wright volunteer is a page now. You can also find us on Instagram, Shameka Parrish Wright for mayor. Y'all find us, man. We got some great things coming up. We got some great initiatives we about to take off, some great projects with this campaign. We would love everybody to be there. Don't let us just canvass our neighborhood. Y'all come canvass it with us.
Thanks, Jeff. Good to see you. Yeah, she's still chatting with some of the volunteers, so we're not going to disturb her until she's done. We'll just wait. We'll sit tight and wait, and give you a chance to just kind of get the vibe, just feel the excitement, because man, I tell you, there they go. You get a nice big picture. Dre has turned into the photographer now. Hey Graham, how you doing, man? Good to see you. I will tell everybody you said hello. There you go. How you doing? It's good to see you too. Those are beautiful posters. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. There's the candidate.
Thank you. Is this why Mr. Carl coming in?
It's okay. I just wanted to make sure you were still here. Thank you.
Thank you. I just got here not too long ago. You didn't miss me.
I would have had to talk to Dre and Jeff and Savvy.
As always, your timing is impeccable. Always.
So tell me about the excitement of having a group of people come together to get you elected mayor.
The excitement to see the machine running without me even being here. It's a well-diverse team who I can't afford, Tara. I can't afford this energy. You know, we've been going since January. We were the first out the gate. We've been going, and keep that kind of momentum going. I wake up and thank God every day that they believe in the campaign, they believe in me, and they believe in the vision we have for moving forward. And I know that people have a lot of questions. I've gotten my team telling me, Tara wants to know when you're going to do this. We have all of that rolling now.
Good.
But we're being very strategic because of our position, and what we have in other campaigns don't as much is the people power, and we don't want to lose all of that. So you see candidates like Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, you lay everything out, and then they take from that and they run it against you. With it being first one, there are 12 candidates on this ballot. We want to be we want to make sure that we're still being the best team we can be, but we also are rolling out the things that matters to Louisville. So right now we've collected a lot of stories from people who's been telling us what they want to see in their next mayor. We've also been telling them what a mayor can do and what a mayor can't do. And I'm not one of those people that's just going to lie to the people. I want to talk about things that are tangible, things we're going to work on the first 100 days, things we're going to work on the first year, and second year, 3 year, 4 year. But the first thing we have to do is build an accountability team that's going to be with us throughout the campaign term, and also my mayoral bid. And I want to make sure people are always informed. And so uniting the 80 small cities is a priority for our campaign. I don't, you probably know this because you know politics, but 80 small cities, 22 of them have women mayors already. And so when I talk to people, they're like, we got 80 small cities. I said, yeah, we also have 80 boards and commissions. And a mayor has to appoint people to those 80 boards and commissions. So I think what our city needs to start healing is to start connecting more and uniting. And another way to do that is through transportation, right? Transportation, it just took me forever to get here. A 10-minute trip is now a 25-minute trip. So like, there's some tangible things we can do around climate change, I just saw a meme yesterday that I was going to share today that said, Louisville potholes turn your station on your radio. And like, so I thought it was so funny. But I wanted to use that to tell people that that's the kind of things that mayors work on. Who's picking up your garbage? When I talk to people on Trevelyan Way, they've been hearing that their recycle might be reduced. So talking to them, that's what matters to them. What matters to people in the Highlands as we're dealing with the noise ordinance and the activity in the Highlands. Every community has its own needs. So that's why we've taken our time to before we put it all out there. We still have more communities to talk to.
How we treat our animals.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes. And you have been an amazing advocate with that. I share your stuff because I You have taught me things about how to get stuff for animals that I just find, who to call. A lot of those things are not really clear. If you don't know somebody to know somebody, you can't get things done. Because of you, I've connected people to make sure that they can get their pets spayed or neutered. Even with my own daughter, one of her dogs had a chip. We hadn't seen that dog in 2 years, and all of a sudden she got a notice from the police, and they were like, "Oh, your dog's here. You need to do this. Come get your dog or take a fine." A woman adopted her dog and said, "I will take the dog," but the dog ended up back out on the street. And when the police found her, because the chip information didn't get changed, they were coming after to penalize my daughter. So people don't understand that even if you give a dog away, if you haven't done the proper protocols, that can come back 2 years later. It's like the prodigal son. You just come back. And my daughter was like, "Mom, I promised." The lady said she could take care of this dog, but it didn't happen. So those kind of things that happen in our city that we don't know about, I want people like you who are informed to help inform our whole community. We're ready to move forward. We're ready to have better, but we got to have more missing people, more voices at the table, more diversity in a real way, not just on paper. So that's what we're working on. You know that. And when we're ready, I don't take advantage of the press conferences because I need to do that more, and our team is working on that. But we want to make sure that we get those people who haven't been heard often and make sure that we're including them in it. So that's one thing we're going to work on, and we're going to do more. So we've been building the ship and floating and flying and building the plane all at the same time. I wanted people to see that because I want them to be inspired to run for office and understand it is complicated. I also work a full-time job. So as you know, I can't make fundraising calls while I'm at my nonprofit job from 9 to 5. So my schedule is so crazy because of that. But I want people to know that this is why you need more people who are just everyday folks who want to run for office, because we don't get to talk. This is why so many people don't. It's because it's complicated. But I'm trying to clear out and bring more transparency with the process.
Well, and one of the things that, you and I have talked about before is, I want to give every mayoral candidate.
Oh, yeah. You got to be fair.
Shake.
Yes.
And even though there's no such thing as equal time, so to speak,
Yeah.
I still want to give everybody a fair shake.
And you
so
do that.
I just have to work a little bit harder to catch up with you because you're moving so fast.
That, and you see my work has been complicated, and I have to change hats. I have to put on my work hat, I have to put on my community member hat, and I have to put on my candidate hat in a way that we do as women anyway. We hold up the world anyway. And so I have to be clear when I'm having certain interviews that if this is about my work, then you have to go through this protocol. But if it's about the campaign, I can do this. And then I ran, this is not my first time running. I ran for school board, but it was a 3-month race and it was short. And I did a lot of the work myself because I couldn't afford to pay someone. But now this is the biggest race of my life, Tara. And so now I'm so accessible. People call me for everything. And so my number's been out there to the city forever. So it's been a lot sorting through it. But this team, I would not be here today if it wasn't for this team. The way like today, I had issues getting here and it ran. They did what they needed to do. That's what I want to keep inspiring people to do. And I thank you for being patient. I thank you for challenging us. I thank you for asking us what's going on and not just making assumptions and just, you know that. And you've always been fair. I want every candidate to get their word out there. I do. We had to do things different because I'm a different candidate and like most people, I have work, I have family, I have things that pull on me in different directions, but I'm ready. I'm in the best place ever to be our mayor, and I'm in the best place to represent why we can change this city by changing who we elect as our leaders. Once we keep getting more of us in there, we'll see a big shift in the way things go.
And in closing, Graham Fowler says to send his love to you and thanks you for what you do.
Thank you. Oh, look, you got people commenting. Thank you. And this woman has been a blessing. We've talked the whole time for the last, I feel like it's 3 years, but at least the last 2 years, learning about you. You come from media and broadcasting, so you've been letting what you can spill over into that. And also, we all been growing with this, right? We've all had some bumps and hurdles, but we get through this and we do this together. So that's why my whole slogan is, we get there together.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It don't mean one person has all the answer. It means that we bring everyone together.
Thank you, Shameka.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful day. Good
Thank
luck.
you. You always get me with the